Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this new video where we'll explore together how to grow lemon trees, step by step, from planting to harvest. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of videos, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And just like on my French channel, I'll be giving away prizes, including packs of organic seed packets, every time a new subscriber milestone is reached. The winner will be selected through a random drawing that I'll conduct in one of my videos. Good luck to you, and thank you again for your support. Without further ado, let's start the video. Enjoy watching. 1. Introduction. The lemon tree is the most cultivated citrus among individuals. Its success comes from an almost continuous harvest for 8 out of 12 months and its frequent use in cooking. Not very hardy, it can be planted in a pot in regions with harsh winters. The lemon tree has the peculiarity of bearing fruit several times a year, especially in the four seasons varieties. The branches are more or less thorny, and the white or pinkish flowering is very fragrant. It is normal for a large quantity of flowers to fall at the time of fruit setting. Only 1% of the flowers bear fruit. The formation of the fruit takes almost a year. Its size varies depending on the varieties, from approximately 2 to 4.7 inches in diameter and from approximately 3.1 to 7.9 inches in length. Among the varieties cultivated by individuals, Citrus Limon, Meyer, is considered the hardiest, tolerating temperatures down to 23 degrees Fahrenheit, and even down to 15.8 degrees Fahrenheit when grown on its own roots. Other lemon trees can only withstand very brief frosts down to 21.2 degrees Fahrenheit. It is extremely challenging to differentiate cultivars or even species from each other due to the citrus high hybridization ease. Good to know. The lime or key lime belongs to another species, Citrus aurantifolia, better suited to tropical and subtropical climates. The finger lime, Microcitrus australasica, is becoming a trendy citrus in the kitchen with its elongated fruits containing round vesicles that burst in the mouth. Its thin and delicate branches with tiny thorns carry small dark green leaves. 2. Soil exposure. The 3/4 of the world's citrus production take place between the 40th parallels north and south, but hybridizations and successive acclimatization phases have led them to adapt to more temperate climates. The Mediterranean region, central Chile, southwestern Australia, the Cape region, and California. These climates experience significant temperature variations due to relatively mild winters and very hot, dry summers, 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit and above. Cultivation is still possible everywhere, provided that varieties are considered, irrigation is monitored, and protection from cold temperatures below -5 degrees Celsius or 23 degrees Fahrenheit is provided. The lemon tree prefers a rich and deep, well-aerated, sandy, or sandy loam soil. Clayey and poorly draining soils are not conducive to fruit production. It is useful to add a drainage system or a good layer of gravel at the bottom of the hole if water tends to stagnate. In poor and too light soil, add organic amendments, compost, potting soil, composted manure, or green manure, and a basal fertilizer, potassium and phosphorus. The ideal physical composition of the soil is 5 to 10% clay, 20% silt, 20% fine sand, and 50% coarse sand. Choose a well-sunlit location, sheltered from drafts, prevailing winds, and frost by a wall or windbreak hedge if necessary. Planting can be done throughout the year, but the ideal time is in winter or early spring, outside the frost period, during the vegetation's rest. The planting distances are approximately 19.7 feet for clumps and about 23 feet for open field trees, in soil. Multiplication can be done through budding or crown grafting. Grafting allows for rootstocks that are more resistant to limestone, bitter orange, or more frost-resistant, thorny lemon. 3 months before planting. Dig a hole approximately 31.5 inches in all directions, larger if your container exceeds these dimensions, to loosen the soil. Add citrus-specific fertilizer to the extracted soil, then refill without compacting. At the time of planting, dig a hole slightly larger than the volume of your container. Place a layer of gravel at the bottom for drainage and position your root ball so that its surface is at the same level as the soil. Compact the soil well around it with a stick to ensure good penetration. Create a basin and water generously. If you plant a half-standard tree, set up a stake at an angle opposite to the prevailing wind in your region. This stake will keep your tree in place during the first year. For potted lemon tree, use citrus potting mix with a good clay content, 5 to 10%, and pour approximately 7.9 inches, 20 centimeters, of well-draining mix at the bottom of the pot, gravel or clay pellets. Also, consider that a large volume of soil has the advantage of providing better root protection against frost. Repot when the roots cover the root ball. When repotting your lemon tree, choose a container not too much larger than the initial pot, up to twice its maximum volume, to avoid delaying fruiting. Citrus plants tend to colonize the pot before flowering. For large specimens grown in containers where repotting is not an option, surface the top layer of the substrate without damaging the rootlets, using good humus. 4. Pruning. At planting, regardless of the tree's shape, clump or open field, always shorten the ends of the scaffold branches by about 1/3 of their length. Each year, after the harvest, remove dead or diseased branches, as well as those growing towards the center of your tree. Cut back unproductive branches just above their first young branching point from the base. Shorten the ends of the remaining branches to maintain the spherical shape of the canopy. Throughout the year, prune back watersprouts, keeping only a few well-placed ones that can later replace an unproductive scaffold branch. Five. Maintenance. Watering. Ensure that the lemon tree is adequately watered throughout the summer to prevent it from entering a dormancy period, which could affect lemon harvest. During the first 2 years following planting, create a shallow basin around the root ball, and then enlarge it to be positioned directly beneath the foliage. Some rootstocks, like Poncirus trifoliata, are sensitive to chlorine. Use rainwater or tap water that has been left to rest for a few hours. Fertilization. In the ground, fertilization involves applying nitrogen 3 times a year, at the beginning of spring, at the end of spring, and in the fall, combined with a phosphorus-potassium fertilizer to improve fruiting and fruit flavor. The fertilizer should be placed directly beneath the foliage where the roots are located. Container-grown plants are fertilized from late spring to early fall. 6. Winterizing. When grown in containers, citrus plants benefit from overwintering in a cold greenhouse at temperatures ranging from 24.8 to 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit, with supplementary heating if necessary. Beyond 55.4 degrees Fahrenheit, the tree does not enter a vegetative rest period, so it is necessary to water it once a week and continue fertilizing it once a month. Place it in a very bright location, avoiding proximity to a heating source. If you do not bring your lemon tree into a frost-free greenhouse, provide a double layer of winter protection to cover the branches in case of significant and prolonged cold. The pot can be insulated from the ground with a polystyrene sheet and surrounded by bubble wrap. Good to know. The Calamondin, X. Citrifortunella microcarpa, remains the most tolerant citrus to the heated atmosphere of a house. 7. Diseases. Pests. Mealybugs are common on indoor crops. Regularly inspect the branches and the undersides of the leaves. Prune the branches regularly and spray white oil to suffocate the insect. These attacks are often associated with the appearance of sooty mold, a secondary fungus that darkens the foliage and hinders photosynthesis. Clean with soapy water. Bud mites cause lemon drop or deformation. Avoid excess nitrogen and unnecessary treatments. Apply white oil outside of the flowering period when lemons are the size of a hazelnut. Aphids slow down growth and curl the leaves. Mal seco is a fungus that particularly affects lemon trees by blocking sap flow. Quickly cut affected branches and apply a fungicide frequently. Parasitic gummosis is a disease caused by the Phytophthora fungus. The bark cracks, producing gum, and the leaves turn yellow and fall. To prevent it, plant the lemon tree in well-drained soil. Position the graft point 10 to 12 inches above the ground. Harvest. When and how to harvest. Lemons are picked when fully ripe, but it's important to note that cold temperatures are responsible for lemon coloring. In tropical regions, lemons retain their green skin despite being mature. Harvesting is done by hand, using gloves or with the help of picking tongs with turned-up ends. Cut the stem flush with the calyx without damaging the fruit. Avoid injuring or jarring the fruits left on the tree. Lemon storage. Commercially produced fruits are often treated with a fungicide, thiabendazole or imazalil, and coated with wax or plastic film to prevent dehydration. Your harvest can be stored for 10 days at room temperature. This video is now finished. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and especially that it was helpful or inspired you to start cultivating a lemon tree. If that's the case, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. By doing so, you'll have a chance to be selected in giveaways that I'll organize when certain subscriber milestones are reached. You could win packs of organic seeds. Finally, I thank all those who already support me, and I'll see you soon for the next video. Bye.